I would say, though, besides this problematical area of the weakness of the study of contemporary Ukraine in Canada, the other problem areas are really that Canada's quite weak in terms of media issues. The Ukrainian community has not really promoted or lobbied for younger members of its community to go into the journalistic profession and therefore to go into newspapers like National Post, Globe and Mail, and elsewhere. And ironically, in Kiev since 1991, there's never been a Canadian newspaper or magazine represented. There have been American, British, and others, but to this day, there's never been a single Canadian newspaper represented in Kiev. Why is that? Why cannot the Ukrainian community help to fund a journalist who works in some ways, maybe only part-time, to plant articles and commentaries in Globe and Mail, National Post, and elsewhere? Let that person be based in Kiev. That has not been the case. And therefore, there are very few, you can count them literally on one hand. In Canada, I know of only David Marples, Oksana Bashuk-Hepburn, and myself who write on Ukrainian politics. Nobody else. That is incredible for such a huge community in Canada. That's partly a product, of course, of the inward-looking nature, the provincialism of those who control Ukrainian media products, particularly television news products. During the period from the Euromaidan to the end of 2015, I undertook 300 interviews on for newspapers and for electronic media, TV, radio, and elsewhere, throughout the world. During that period of time, I was never once invited by a single Ukrainian TV channel in Toronto to be interviewed. Why was the entire world interested in the views of Taras Kuzio, but not Ukrainian television channels in Toronto? Makes you wonder. Maybe they just want to interview svoyi, their own kind, as it were.